Greetings fellow traders, this is Max and welcome to my Sunday market analysis where I'm gonna analyze the market and share with you my top trades for the upcoming week. And I really hope you all had a really nice holiday time and Christmas time if you celebrate Christmas. And the coming week is still going to be a week where I do not expect really crazy moves in the market. It's still holiday season and we are getting close to New Year's Eve. So there are mainly maybe 3 actual active trading days or 3.5 that are actually suitable for me to open a position in the coming week. And the positions I am thinking about are on the following pairs. So I have selected 3 pairs with really interesting trade setups that I want to share, and later on in the video we will have a look at some pairs from last week which are not featured in this week's list to see how those pairs have performed. So stay tuned for that. As you can see, I do not have many pairs selected. That's because there have been some really major moves in the last weeks from pairs and they're still quite far away from certain area of interests where I do not expect any entry chance in the coming days. So it might take a couple more weeks except for those 3 pairs, and I would like to start here with the pair CADCHF. So in CADCHF, even last week I was looking for a potential long position, and there's still a new chance being created to hop on a long position here. So as a small recap, you can see we have a round psychological level here, the 0.575 round psychological level, and an area of interest. The price has respected several times. It has been resistance, and hopefully now it will turn into support. So we had the break and now we already pretty much had a retest. However, right now it looks like the price could give me on the 4-hour chart, the price could give me a higher low to open a long position again. So maybe price will come down as low as we've had the price going here and then it reacted to that zone. So maybe that will happen here again. I actually have an alarm active which is not being displayed. Well, that's why I'm going to set it now. So I have an alarm, and just to see if price is going to come closer to the zone here, then reject it, as you can see here, as support, and even here, and then on the lower time frame I want to see the shifter structure, my entry signal, pretty much a higher low on CADCHF to open the long position here and profit off of a continuation to the upside. I'm still quite bullish on some of those CHF pairs, especially CADCHF. I do believe that this monthly chart is still looking really bullish, and I believe that this monthly candlestick will close really green in 4 days. So hopefully I can profit off of that push to the upside, but we will see. I will not rush or force any trades in this special season right now. So that's the plan for CADCHF. Now let's have a look at GBPUSD. So on GBPUSD, I'm also looking for a long position here. So we've had the area of interest here and around psychological level, the 1.34 round psychological level. So in the weekly we can see price broke out of this zone really strongly, which is really nice, and now I'm waiting for it to come back into the zone, sweep some liquidity in this area and slightly below the area. Then on a lower time frame I want to see the shifter structure, which is indicating that the price will continue higher and continue to the upside. I do believe that a normal organic movement for this price to come back into the area might take time until January the 1st in 2026. So maybe it's going to take really some time and a week more or something. But still, formation wise, it is a really solid pair for my trading plan for the coming week. I've set an alarm here, and if the price is coming down into the zone again, I will get notified and then look at the pair and see if it's giving me the shifter structure and the entry signal to open the long position here on GBPUSD and profit off of a continuation to the upside. So fairly simple break and retest trade. You can see it is following even a really nice trend line here. It has respected it several times. Maybe it will happen again, but I'd rather see it sweep slightly below this trend line where the liquidity is sitting and then continue higher. But again, I will not rush it. So I believe that the pair needs the entire next week to actually have the retest and the move, and then only in 2 weeks I will be able to open a long position, but we will see. And we are already at the last pair, which is USDCHF, and USDCHF is a bit special. On the CHF pairs generally I was looking for long positions quite often, but right now USDCHF has failed to create a new high here and it just continued lower. The price fell down into the significant price area with a round psychological level, 0.79 round psychological level, and as you can see, also an area of interest where the the price has bounced off from several times. So it looks like it is actually support. Now the price is below this area now, and on the lower time frame I'm looking at two possible scenarios here. So one scenario might be that we will reject the area again after a liquidity sweep here and rejecting the 50 EMA, just similar to what it did here. And if it does that, then I'm definitely looking for some new or for a short position, short opportunity here. On the other hand, what I see is possible on this pair is that we'll actually have a breakout again, and the price will break above the area and then actually retest it and continue higher again, because this might have been just a bigger liquidity sweep to then actually have a correction to the upside on the higher time frame. So maybe this monthly candlestick is either going to close really red below this area, or it will actually close quite neutrally. Even if I look at the price data from a different provider, this looks like a Morningstar formation here. But I do not really like this candlestick. It does not have a wick to the downside, so I would call this Morningstar pretty much invalid, or it's not really the Morningstar that I would have liked to see. But it's looking bullish on the daily chart, and if you just look at the candlestick patterns, again, I will prepare for two possible scenarios here. I will monitor the lower time frame and see if it's actually going to have the liquidity sweep and then a really strong rejection. Then I will open a short position, or if it will just continue to the upside, I want to wait for the break and the retest of this round psychological level and area of interest here. And that's already it with the main pairs for the coming week. Now let's have a look at two pairs from last week and see how they have performed. And we'll start here with CADCHF. And on CADCHF, I was looking for a long position. And what you can see here is that CADCHF actually continued to the upside. Unfortunately, it never came down into my area of interest and the entry zone where I wanted to open the position. So I never got the alert that the price has actually entered this area, and I just could not open a long position here to profit off the continuation to the upside, which is unfortunate, but this is what happens, and this is what will happen a lot more in the future. It's just part of trading, and if you look right here, it seems to be continuing quite well to the upside. Maybe it will have a bigger correction actually and retest the area a bit more significantly. Then my alarm will be getting triggered, and I will have a look at the pair in the future again to see if I can actually open a long position and profit off of the continuation to the upside. But for the coming week, the pair is not on my list. Let's have a look at Euro USD, which was also on my list. I was looking for a long position here, and as you can see, Euro USD also continued to the upside. Why couldn't I profit off of that? Well, the reason is it never triggered my alarm. So I would have liked Euro USD to have just a tiny sweep below this 1.17 round psychological level and take out some of the liquidity, then reject this level really strongly, show me some bullish momentum. Then I would have opened a long position and profit off of a continuation to the upside. Unfortunately, it never did so. It never clearly retested it. So the price pattern did not follow my strategy, what I would have liked to see in order for me to open a position, which is why I skipped opening a long position here. And yeah, as you can see, it's continuing to the upside. It might actually climb higher, but I just could not open a position because it never really did what I wanted it to do. It's really important to stick to a strategy here, even if you miss a trade or even if it goes into the stop loss. I'd rather miss the trade or run into a stop loss by following my rules and my strategy than not doing so, not following my plan, and then I get stopped out or something. So be patient and stick to your rules. And that's already it for this week's Sunday market analysis. I've looked at the other pairs too, but as I said previously, there haven't been any really good trade setups on those pairs except for the three I have selected here. But I've set price alarms, and if any of those alarms getting triggered, I will have a look at the respective pair again and then see if there's a new trading opportunity. If you want to get notified whenever that happens, or if you want to receive regular trade updates on my running trades or get notified whenever I open or close a position, you can just join my free Telegram channel. I will put the link to it into the video description. You will also find the link to my other socials there. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below and I will try to answer your questions. Thank you for watching. I wish you a successful trading week. Remember to manage your risk properly, and see you next Sunday and next year.